through replacing a bladder on your X-Gloo. Start with the tube laid out so the fixing elements and inflation valve are facing upward. The bladder is held in place on both ends of the tube by a bladder sac. To access them, open the zipper on either end of the tube and then open the two small Velcro straps just beside the zipper. Reach inside the opening on the tube and pull out the bladder sac. Next you will see a group of 3 Velcro straps which hold the bladder sac folded in half. Open all 3 of these straps and then unfold the bladder sac. You will notice another Velcro strip inside as you do this. Finally, open the bladder sac and pull the end of the bladder free. Repeat this process on the other end of the tube. Next, you will need to disconnect the 3 small fixing elements from the tube by pulling them firmly from the inside of the tube. Then, disconnect the 2 valves from the tube which are attached with Velcro on the inside. Now you can pull the bladder out of the tube and you are ready to install the new one. Make sure the bladder is oriented correctly by first laying it alongside the tube. Make sure that the fixing elements and the inflation valve are facing upward and align with the correct holes on the tube. Then, gather the bladder by arranging it in gentle folds and aligning it with one end of the tube. This ensures that the bladder will not become twisted as you pull it through. Go to the opposite end of the tube and thread the entire tube onto your arm. As you do this, make sure not to twist the tube. Grasp the end of the bladder and gently pull it into the tube. A small length of bladder should extend beyond the bladder sac, as shown here. Reattach the 3 fixing elements on the tube. Use one hand inside the tube to locate each element, and then use the fixing element tool included in your repair kit to hook each fixing element and pull it through the hole. Push the 2 valves at the end of the tube back through the corresponding holes. Press firmly around both valves to secure them. Now you will need to repack the bladders and bladder sacs. Starting with the bladders laid out flat and extending slightly beyond the bladder sacs, fold each side of the bladder so that 2 of the long holes are aligned. Thread the 3 Velcro straps through the holes in the bladder and then through the corresponding holes on the bladder sac. Fold the bladder sac in half along the center and then reattach the Velcro strip inside the fold. Bring the 3 Velcro straps through the buckles on the bladder sac and then close the Velcro. Push the bladder sac back into the tube and then push the 2 small Velcro straps back out through the appropriate holes and close each strap. Zip the tube closed and repeat these steps on the opposite end of the tube to complete the process.